Friday night took care of my weekday blues. I woke up, had breakfast, and read the news. I'm feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. But I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to do.
Hey, Toby, the show's about to start.
Oh yeah, it's a Saturday show. 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 Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday Show, AADL TV's one and only Saturday morning variety show. My name is Toby.
And I'm Otto.
And we're really excited for today's theme.
The Great Outdoors.
That's right, we'll be looking at all things outdoors.
So does that mean we're driving up north? I keep hearing about up north, but I've never been there.
Well, we've got some segments about our beautiful Michigan wilderness, but that's not where you and I will be going, Otto. I've got something different planned for us.
Ooh, sounds like fun. Where are we going?
Now hold on just a minute. Let's see what the word of the day is first. Kashi and Christopher?
Hey, Kashi, what are you doing up there?
Hi, I'm looking at birds' nests, or maybe a squirrel's nest or something like that.
You know, you never know what you're going to find in a good old tree like this one.
I love trees, climbing trees, looking at trees.
And this good old catalpa is great for climbing trees, isn't it?
I love the leaves. They're so pretty. They look like hearts.
That's right. Those old heart-shaped leaves. Well, you know, you're in luck today because we're talking all about being outdoors. So shall we see what the word of the day is?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
It's going to have to do with the outdoors?
I see Lexi is out here too. I'll just
great.
hit the button. Oh, look. Here's Lexi and the word of the day. Wakashi, can you read that?
Oh, gosh, that's a long one. It says topography?
Topography. That's right. It's from Greek. It means place, writing.
Oh.
And it's like a map.
Oh, wow.
And most of these topographic maps show the contour or the elevation.
I love maps.
So do I.
Maps and the outdoors together?
What could be better? Well, are you ready for the summer game code?
I am.
Okay, here it is. It's 7 letters.
Okay.
It's the name of a Michigan state park. It's in the Upper Peninsula.
Oh.
And this is a special historic state park because it has over 20 buildings still standing. So it's like a ghost town.
Oh, boy.
And there's a beautiful, colossal blast furnace that's still there in the park.
Wow.
So if you think you know the answer, you can go to play.aadl.org for big points.
Okay.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay, Otto, we've got a ton of great segments lined up. Elizabeth is going to give us a taste of up north. Christopher and Jake are going to show us how to make some rope and tie some knots. And today's What Is It is a real brain teaser.
But Toby, where are we going?
I could tell you, but I'd rather show you. So, you and I are going to take a drive, and while we're driving, the folks at home can enjoy these awesome segments.
I wanted to show you a simple way to make cordage or rope out of milkweed stalks. So here I've got a milkweed stalk and I've taken off all the leaves, and the first step is you'll want to just crush it fairly gently with a hatchet or a hammer. And so I'm just going to crush it here. And you can see that it's that I've got it split right here. The nice thing about milkweed is that it's hollow. So the next step is I'm going to open it up, and then you can run your thumbnail right up the whole length of the milkweed. And that's going to give you this nice milkweed stalk that's kind of split, and you can kind of massage it a little bit, but you don't want to break the fibers too much. So the next step is we need to separate the outside bark, which is the part we want, from the inside core. And the way you do that is to break this off like that, and we're going to just get rid of this kind of meaty core, and so we're left with something that looks like that. This is the part we want. And amazingly, this just peels right back. And there we go. So we're just peeling that right back. All right. So this is the part we're getting rid of. And what I ended up with is the bark. Now you'll want to dry that maybe overnight or for a few hours in the sun. I have some that I've already dried. All right. So I've got a knot tied in this end, and I'm going to separate the milkweed into roughly 2 halves. Because we're going to braid these 2 halves. Rotate, I've got the knot right here. I'm going to twist that a few times and then bring it towards me. Twist this a few times, bring that towards me. Twisting and rotating. And I'm twisting away from me. And you can see I've got the beginnings of a nice rope started there. And when you're all done, you'll end up with something that looks like this. It's pretty amazing.
Hi everybody, Helping Hands here to show you a very useful knot. This knot is called the taut line hitch. It's used to create an adjustable loop around a tree or a tent stake that will allow you to maintain tension on your object. Let's see how we do this. So what we're going to do is pretend that this is a tree, and I'm going to hang up a hammock. I've got this side, which goes to my hammock, and this is my short side. So I'm going to take my short side, go over top of my hammock side, then you bring the short end up in between the tree and your rope 2 times. Now you bring the short end up over the 2 loops you just made, and then around the rope and back through. Now you've got 3 loops around your rope, and this knot is adjustable. So you can increase or decrease the tension to help you stay off the ground in your hammock. So let's see it again. You got your hammock side and your short side. Take your short side, go over the hammock side, then back up next to your tree 2 times around your rope. Then you bring the short side above the 2 loops you just made, then around the hammock side rope again and up through. So now you've got 3 loops held in place, but it'll slide for you, helping you keep the tension on your hammock.
Oh, hey everybody! This is Lannis with the Leslie Science and Nature Center and the Ann Arbor Hands-On Museum. You thinking about going on a camping adventure or maybe a hiking trip? But maybe you're not sure what to pack. See, wherever you set up your tent or wherever you explore the woods, there are some key essential items you need to make sure you bring with you to have a successful time outdoors. Not sure what those essential items are? Here, mine are in my backpack, so I'll show you some of the key things you want to make sure you pack whenever going on a camping, hiking, or really any adventure outside.
A day pack to help carry your essentials. Ones with clips to support weight on your hips are best. Bug spray and sunscreen. Summer days can be full of sunshine and mosquitoes. Stay protected by bringing and applying both so you don't get sunburned or bitten. Water. It's always important to stay hydrated, especially if you're hiking. A hat or sunglasses. Besides sunscreen, sun protection, including a hat, sunglasses, or long sleeves, are great for summer months. Snacks for energy. Hiking and camping can take a lot of energy, so it's important to fuel up. Snacks with lots of protein are key to keeping up your energy while outdoors. A flashlight or a headlamp. Camping is a great way to explore wildlife at night. Make sure to bring equipment to help you see, since humans aren't nocturnal. A first aid kit. It's always good to bring a first aid kit no matter where you go. That way you are prepared for any kind of outdoor accident. And then a map or a compass. If you're visiting somewhere new, it's always a good idea to bring tools to help you navigate, especially since not all campsites will have cell phone service. Plus, this is your chance to brush up on your compass or map reading skills.
Other items you can bring to help make your trip successful could be something like a field guide to take with you on a hike, or maybe binoculars to help you see things from afar, or maybe a blanket and a nature journal so you can sit, relax, and record the sights and sounds that you see and hear. The most important thing, though, is for anything that you pack with you, make sure you pack out. You want to leave no trace by taking only pictures and leaving only footprints whenever you are exploring or discovering nature. Beyond that, the possibilities are endless. Happy exploring, everybody! Enjoy your time camping or hiking, and don't forget to pack those key essentials to make your trip memorable and a success.
Toby, where are we? This doesn't look like the great outdoors. Au contraire, mon frere. I thought you'd say that, so I made this little video for you. Here, check it out. Belle Isle, the jewel of Detroit. Located just 3 miles east of downtown Detroit on the Detroit River between the U.S. state of Michigan and Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Belle Isle is the largest city-owned island park in the United States. The island, known as Wa-na-Be-zee to the indigenous Michiganders of the Chippewa and Ottawa tribes, is 2.5 miles long, covers 982 acres, and has nearly 7 miles of shoreline. It is home to many animal species, including foxes, beaver, great horned owls, bald eagles, and Blanding's turtles. When French settlers reached what is now Detroit in the early 1700s, they used the island to house their livestock and named it Île aux Cochons, or Pig Island. In the late 1800s, driven by the Industrial Revolution and urbanization, cities around the world experienced enormous population growth. For example, the population of Paris, France grew by nearly 500% between 1810 and 1896. This increase in population led city planners to think differently about accommodating the city's residents and their need for recreation. So, in the mid to late 1800s, following the example set in Europe, metropolitan or urban parks began to pop up all over the country. Prominent examples of these urban parks are New York City's Central Park, which was completed in 1876, and Boston's Emerald Necklace, which was developed in the 1870s and 1880s. The city of Detroit, wanting to provide its citizens with an oasis of their own, contacted landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted to create a design for their new park on Belle Isle. Olmsted had gained notoriety for designing both Central Park in New York and the Emerald Necklace in Boston, as well as the United States' first and oldest coordinated system of parks and pathways located in Buffalo, New York, and the country's oldest state park at Niagara Falls, New York. While Olmsted's original design wasn't fully implemented, Belle Isle was developed as a place of outdoor recreation for the hard-working residents of Detroit and southeast Michigan. The island boasts statuary, the beautiful Anna Scripps Whitcomb Conservatory and Public Gardens, the Dawson Great Lakes Museum, designated fishing and swimming areas, and many acres of wet mesic forest, which gives us a glimpse into what Detroit and the surrounding area must have looked like before European settlers reached the area. Now, we in Ann Arbor are no strangers to urban parks. The city boasts 163 of them, but a short drive down 94 East reveals a historical and recreational gem that is truly representative of the great outdoors.
Hi everybody, I've got something to share with you today. It's actually something that comes in 4 pieces. First piece looks like the bottom of an aluminum can that's been cut off, and there's a loop of metal over top. It moves. The next thing also looks like the bottom of a can, but on the inside there's some more metal, and there's some holes in the metal. This third part is like some sort of heavy wire, and it is hinged together. Then the final piece is this large piece of metal. It's bent into a circle, and it's got a bunch of holes around the bottom of it. What is it?
Hi, I'm Andy, and I live in New York City, and when I want to escape the hustle and bustle of all the cars, the traffic, the subways, the buses, I come to Central Park, which is located at the heart of Manhattan. My favorite part of the park is known as the ravine. Here in the ravine, there are several meandering walking paths to take you through this forest retreat, full of thick treetops threaded with a stream called the Loch, that pools and cascades and small waterfalls. Wandering through the ravine, you feel like you're miles and miles away from the bustle of New York City. Park designers Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux envisioned this area as a retreat where anyone could marvel at the wonders of nature without a pricey vacation. The ravine was designed to mimic the wilderness of the Adirondack Mountains, but is entirely man-made. Along the southwest and northeastern borders are 2 rustic arches known as the Huddleston and Glinspan. In the northwestern slope of the ravine is a true deciduous forest. Rustling oak, hickory, maple, and ash trees surround visitors in a serene natural beauty and shelter them from the noise of the city. I love coming here to look at birds, people watch, and hear the sound of water, and look at the beautiful waterfalls. thanks for exploring the park with me. I'll see you again soon.
Hi, Elizabeth here. I want to tell you about something very cool that I saw in the night sky in northern Michigan in late July of this year. I was on a trip to several different locations up north, and I had the chance to see a comet in the sky. And this comet's name was Neowise. It was discovered in March of this year, and it was really cool that we got to see it just by looking at the night sky. Comets are icy, rocky objects that orbit the sun, and as they get closer to the sun, they heat up and they start to stream two different tails. One is made of dust and gas, and the other is an ion tail made of electrically charged gas molecules, which are called ions. And so as the comet gets closer to the sun, we can see it, and we can see the tail coming off of it. And it's particularly great to look for things like comets if you are in a spot where there are not very many big cities, because the lights of a city make it much harder to see things in the night sky. So that's why I was really excited to be in northern Michigan, where there aren't as many big cities as there are where we live in Ann Arbor. And I got to see this comet 4 different nights, and it looked a little different each night, and it was really special to be able to see it. And I encourage you to go outside in the nighttime, especially if you are somewhere where there maybe isn't a big city nearby, and look up at the sky and see what you might be able to see too.
You know, you were right, Toby. I feel really at home here. In fact, I think I might have a 3rd or 4th cousin that lives on the island.
Yeah, Otto, I knew you'd feel pretty comfortable here. Well, I'm ready to do some fishing. You want to head over to the South Pier?
Well, what it is a homemade camp stove. You can use it when you're camping to boil water, to make your tea or breakfast, hot chocolate, whatever it is that you need hot water for. So this bottom part is the actual stove. You just put a little bit of denatured alcohol around the top and on the inside. And then you use this part as a pot stand. It goes around the outside of your stove. And this part is a windbreak. So if it's very windy, you can use it to protect your fire. So I'm just gonna light this. There it goes, and it is a little windy where I am. And I don't know if you can see the flame very well, but it's going. And once the top alcohol bit burns off, you can go ahead and put your camp pot on. And the pot stand's adjustable depending on what size pot you have. And you just wait for this to boil, and you can make whatever it is that you need for your campsite. When you're done, and you want to put out the fire, that's when you use this bit. This is the snuffer. Goes right over top, put out your fire safely. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hi, Elizabeth here. This is a video that I took walking down to the Lake Michigan beach at Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. It was a beautiful evening on the beach. The water was very calm, great for swimming, dipping your toes in, looking for rocks. And Sleeping Bear Dunes is a very special place on the west coast of the state of Michigan, where You can find amazing dunes and hiking and so many incredible views of Lake Michigan. I took this video as the sun was setting, so you'll see things continue to get darker. And we were waiting for the stars to come out so that we could take a look at those. And the lake just stayed very calm and quiet all evening. It was an absolutely beautiful place and night.
Be kind to your web-footed friends, for a duck may be somebody's mother. Be kind to your friends in the swamp, where the weather is very, very damp. Well, you may think that this is the end, and it is.
Hi there! I'm Lannis Smith with the Leslie Science and Nature Center and the Ann Arbor Hands-On Museum. Looking to go camping this summer or fall? Curious about what you'll find? Well, whether it's going to a campground, out in the woods, or even camping right in your own backyard, there's a ton of wildlife and more for you to discover, especially at night. Here's just a few of the things you might experience if you have a chance to camp here in Michigan. As the sun begins to set and the insects begin to chirp, another nocturnal animal to listen for are owls. One of the ones you'll hear the most are screech owls. Listen here. I wonder if you'll hear one call back. If you're by a body of water when the sun is starting to set, you can listen for different frog calls, like this one. It's a green frog. It's like a guitar.
If you look up just before the moon and the stars appear in the sky, you might see bats flying overhead. If you're patient, you'll start to see one, then two, and sometimes many more. Wow, look at it go!
Taking a hike at sunset is far more quiet than hiking during the day. That's because most of the wildlife is falling asleep. You might even run into some wildlife waking up as the sun is setting. This is a small adult wood frog. Pretty cool.
You can watch as fireflies appear in an open field, using their bioluminescence to light up the area. Sometimes you don't even need a flashlight because they're so bright and so many.
Camping is a safe and exciting way to explore wildlife at night. Whether it's going on a night hike in the woods, stargazing out on a blanket, or listening for the sounds at night around your tent, there's so much wildlife to discover. Happy exploring, everyone, and have fun on your next camping adventure.
So Otto, do you feel like you got a taste of the great outdoors?
I sure did, Toby. All this fresh air has got me ready for a nap.
Well, we can head on home then. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, for more great resources, head over to aadl.org/The Saturday Show. And if you'd like to drop us a line, get it? Because we're fishing, then you can send an email to tss@aadl.org. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, Otto. Oh, he's already asleep. Bye.